stop. Before you scroll past this, if you're over 60 and you've noticed yourself forgetting names, losing your keys, or struggling to focus like you used to, you need to hear this. What if I told you that everything you think you know about brain aging is wrong? That the memory loss, the mental fog, the slower thinking, none of it has to happen. Scientists at Johns Hopkins just proved that your 70-year-old brain can actually outperform your 40-year-old brain. But only if you do these 5 things every single morning. Miss even one, and you're leaving decades of sharp thinking on the table. Here's what most people get wrong about brain health after 60. We think cognitive decline is inevitable, that forgetting names and struggling with new information is just part of aging, but groundbreaking research from institutions like Johns Hopkins and the Mayo Clinic shows that's fundamentally false. Your brain at 60, 70, even 80 has remarkable plasticity. The ability to form new neural connections, strengthen existing pathways, and even grow new brain cells in certain regions. The difference between people who stay sharp and those who experience significant decline often comes down to daily habits, especially what you do in the first hour after waking. The morning matters because your brain operates on circadian rhythms that affect cognitive function throughout the day. Right after you wake up, your brain is in a unique neurochemical state. Cortisol levels are naturally elevated, which enhances alertness and learning capacity. Your prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function and decision-making, is fresh and not yet depleted by the day's demands. This makes morning the optimal window for activities that build cognitive reserve, your brain's resilience against aging and disease. The routine I'm about to share combines 5 evidence-based elements that target different aspects of brain health. None of them are complicated or expensive. You don't need special equipment or subscriptions. Just consistency and about 25 to 30 minutes each morning. Thousands of people over 60 have implemented this routine and reported noticeable improvements in memory, mental clarity, and overall cognitive function within weeks. First, start with hydration before anything else. Before coffee, before breakfast, drink 16 ounces of water. Why does this matter? Your brain is approximately 75% water, and even mild dehydration, just 2%, significantly impairs cognitive function, especially memory and attention. During sleep, you've gone 7 to 8 hours without fluids. By the time you wake up, your brain cells are mildly dehydrated, which slows neural communication. Studies show that seniors are particularly vulnerable to dehydration because the thirst mechanism weakens with age. You might not feel thirsty, but your brain desperately needs water. Add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon to enhance absorption. This simple step improves mental clarity within 15 to 20 minutes as properly hydrated neurons communicate more efficiently. Second, engage in 10 minutes of specific physical movement. Not just any exercise, movement that combines physical coordination with mental engagement. The best options are Tai Chi, yoga, or even dancing to music you enjoy. Why these specifically? They require your brain to coordinate complex movements, maintain balance, and often remember sequences. This simultaneous physical and cognitive demand activates multiple brain regions at once, strengthening connections between them. Research from the University of Illinois found that older adults who did coordination-based exercise showed increased volume in the hippocampus, the brain region critical for memory formation, compared to those who did only simple cardio. If formal practices aren't your style, try this simple routine. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth, switching feet halfway through. This balance challenge activates your cerebellum and vestibular system, which have extensive connections to memory centers. Then do 10 arm circles in each direction while counting backward from 100 by sevens. You're combining movement, balance, and mental arithmetic. A powerful trifecta for brain activation. Third, spend exactly 7 minutes on deliberate learning of something new. This is crucial. Your brain needs novelty to stay plastic. Learning activates neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons, particularly in the hippocampus. But here's the key. It must be genuinely new and slightly challenging, not just consuming familiar information. Reading the news doesn't count. Watching TV doesn't count. You need active learning that pushes you slightly beyond your current ability. Excellent options include learning 5 words in a foreign language using a free app, practicing a musical instrument even if you're a complete beginner, studying a chess opening, or memorizing a short poem. The specific content matters less than the cognitive demand. You're forcing your brain to create new neural pathways, which strengthens overall cognitive function even in unrelated areas. A fascinating study from University College London found that London taxi drivers, who must memorize incredibly complex city layouts, had significantly larger hippocampi than average, proving that intense learning literally grows brain structures, even in older adults. If you're enjoying these evidence-based strategies and want more tips for staying sharp after 60, hit that subscribe button because we're sharing science-backed methods that actually work. Fourth, practice 5 minutes of focused meditation or deep breathing. Before you dismiss this as too new age, understand that meditation has some of the strongest scientific evidence for brain benefits in older adults. MRI studies show that regular meditators have thicker prefrontal cortexes and better preserved gray matter compared to non-meditators of the same age. Meditation literally slows brain aging. Here's a simple technique. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus entirely on your breathing. Count each exhale up to 10, then start over. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently return attention to the breath without judgment. That moment of noticing your mind has wandered and redirecting it? That's the exercise. You're strengthening your attention control, which declines with age but remains trainable. The benefits extend beyond the meditation itself. This practice reduces chronic stress, which is toxic to brain health. Elevated cortisol from chronic stress literally shrinks the hippocampus over time. By managing stress each morning, you're protecting your brain's memory centers from damage. Fifth, eat a brain-optimized breakfast within 30 minutes of waking. What you eat in the morning sets your neurochemical environment for hours. The goal is stable blood sugar and specific nutrients that support cognitive function. Skip the refined carbohydrates, toast, cereal, pastries, which spike blood sugar then crash it, leaving you mentally foggy. Instead, build breakfast around 3 components: quality protein, healthy fats, and antioxidant-rich foods. An ideal example: 2 eggs cooked in olive oil with a handful of berries and some walnuts. Why? Eggs provide choline, a precursor to acetylcholine, the primary neurotransmitter for memory and learning. The yolk contains lutein, which specifically accumulates in the brain and correlates with better cognitive function. Olive oil provides monounsaturated fats that support myelin, the insulation around neurons that speeds communication. Berries, especially blueberries, are packed with flavonoids that cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce inflammation. Walnuts provide omega-3 fatty acids, critical for maintaining cell membrane health in neurons. Other excellent options: Greek yogurt with ground flaxseed and berries, smoked salmon with avocado, or a smoothie with protein powder, spinach, berries, and nut butter. The pattern is consistent: protein for sustained energy and neurotransmitter production, healthy fats for brain structure, and antioxidants to combat oxidative stress that damages neurons. Now here's the powerful part. These 5 elements work synergistically. Hydration optimizes the environment for neural communication. Physical movement increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products. Learning creates new neural pathways. Meditation reduces the stress that damages existing pathways. Nutrition provides the raw materials your brain needs to maintain and build structures. Together, they create a comprehensive approach to brain health that addresses multiple mechanisms of cognitive aging. The consistency matters more than perfection. Doing this routine 5 days per week will deliver far better results than doing it perfectly for 2 weeks, then stopping. Your brain responds to repeated stimulation over time. Neural pathways strengthen through repetition. Cognitive reserve builds gradually through sustained challenge. The timeline for noticing changes varies, but most people report improvements within 3 to 4 weeks. Initially, you might notice better focus during the day, easier word recall, or improved mood. These are signs that your brain is responding. Over months, the benefits compound. Better memory for recent events, faster processing speed, improved problem solving. The science behind why this works is fascinating. Every time you challenge your brain with novelty, coordinate complex movements, or focus attention deliberately, you trigger the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. This protein acts like fertilizer for your brain, promoting the growth of new neurons and strengthening connections between existing ones. Exercise increases BDNF. Learning increases BDNF. Meditation increases BDNF. You're creating a morning BDNF surge that sets a positive neurochemical cascade for the entire day. The routine also addresses inflammation, a major driver of cognitive aging. Chronic low-grade inflammation damages neurons and impairs the brain's ability to clear out toxic proteins that accumulate with age. The anti-inflammatory foods in your breakfast, the stress reduction from meditation, and the circulation boost from movement all work together to reduce neuroinflammation. Track your progress subjectively. Keep a simple journal noting how you feel mentally each day. Over weeks, you'll likely notice patterns. Better clarity on days you complete the full routine, more fog on days you skip it. This feedback reinforces the habit and helps you understand your brain's individual responses. The long-term implications are profound. Studies on cognitive reserve show that people who engage in regular mental stimulation, physical activity, and social interaction have significantly lower dementia risk even when brain scans show physical changes associated with Alzheimer's. Their brains have built enough redundancy and efficiency to maintain function despite damage. You're essentially creating a buffer against the inevitable changes of aging. If you want more practical science-based strategies for healthy aging, make sure you're subscribed because we consistently share research-backed methods that improve quality of life after 60. This isn't about stopping aging. That's impossible. It's about optimizing how your brain ages. Two 75-year-olds can have vastly different cognitive function based largely on lifestyle factors. Genetics play a role, accounting for perhaps 25 to 30% of cognitive aging outcomes. The remaining 70 to 75% is influenced by modifiable factors like the habits you practice daily. Some people worry they're starting too late, that damage is already done. Research consistently shows it's never too late to benefit. Even people in their 80s who begin regular cognitive training and physical activity show measurable improvements in brain function and structure. Your brain retains plasticity throughout life. It's simply a matter of activating it through appropriate challenge. The beauty of this routine is its simplicity and accessibility. No expensive gym memberships, no complicated protocols, no pharmaceutical interventions with side effects. Just water, movement, learning, breathing, and real food. These are things humans have done for millennia. We're just applying them strategically based on modern neuroscience. As you implement this routine, be patient with yourself. Some mornings will feel easier than others. That's normal. The goal isn't perfection, but consistency over time. Even partial completion provides benefits. Did the hydration and movement but skipped learning? You still supported your brain. Tomorrow you can do the full routine. Your brain at 60, 70, or 80 is not a declining organ doomed to deterioration. It's a dynamic, responsive system that adapts to how you use it. Challenge it appropriately, fuel it properly, protect it from chronic stress, and it will serve you remarkably well for decades. The morning routine outlined here provides exactly that. Appropriate challenge, proper fuel, and stress protection in a sustainable daily package. Start tomorrow morning. Set out a glass of water tonight so it's ready when you wake. Choose your 7-minute learning activity in advance. Prepare breakfast ingredients. Remove barriers to compliance. Then simply begin. Drink the water. Move your body. Learn something new. Breathe deeply. Eat well. Your brain will respond, and you'll notice the difference sooner than you expect.